Welcome to Café Latino con Amigos, or Café Latino with Friends. I've been doing a show in radio for 5 years. It's called Café Latino. I invite friends to share their stories. One day I said, why not share also the recipes? So I began to create this new show, and I'm looking forward to meet with so many friends and share recipes. One of the foods I never try is Bolivian food. So today I invite a friend of mine to share the food with me. Hi, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenida.
Mucho gusto, gracias. Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, very excited. With the Bolivian community is very large in our area. There are many of Bolivian restaurants, and I happen to be the daughter of one of them.
Look at that.
And I brought for you today salteñas. Salteñas, which is what we are known for. Okay. This is very difficult to do it on a show. So I will just kind of explain to you how it's done. It basically takes 24 hours to make it.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Mimi, salteñas is like sopes in Mexico, no? Very traditional. It's something that you eat like for a snack?
Well, actually, salteñas, you will eat it in the mornings.
Oh, in the mornings.
And you have it with juice, with papaya and milk juices, or strawberries.
Wow.
I know, right?
So it's for breakfast?
It's for, let's say, brunch.
Brunch. Okay.
We could call it brunch. So you have it like around from 10 in the morning to 12 p.m. you have this, right? And then you go, this is basically what brings friends together.
Oh,
like when you go party the night before, the next day you're like, let's meet up for a salteña.
Oh,
and we go to El Prado that we have, and we have all these salteñerias there.
Oh, yeah.
And then, everybody's there talking about the night before.
That's nice. And what is inside them? I see a lot of things inside them.
Yes, so inside you'll find potatoes, you have beef, you have olives, green peas, and then it has eggs, hard-boiled eggs cut in 4. And then everything basically has to be cooked the day before separately.
Separate.
Yes. So you cook the beef. You can have beef, pork, or chicken. Now we have some shrimp in my country, not here yet. You cook different separately. The potatoes are cooked separately, diced. The beef, the green peas, everything.
Okay.
And then you mix all together, and you pour it with all these spices that has ají rojo. Red spicy, like curry. Curry, right? Like curry. And then you have to put jello.
Jello? Gelatina?
Gelatina.
Oh my God.
Gelatina without flavor, right? Because that's what's gonna give the consistency to put it together.
That. Oh my God.
So like a jello, you put it in the refrigerator the night before. And then you make your dough. The dough is a traditional recipe. It's flour, eggs, and a little bit of water and a little bit of milk. Okay. Then you make, like a tortilla, flaquita.
Yeah, flaquita.
And then you get the jello in a scoop. You put everything in there, and then you put it together. So everything here is done manually. And it has to be very, very perfectly done, because it's not, it's going to explode in the oven.
Wow, look at that.
So if you put 10 salteñas and 8 come out right, you're a good salteñera.
Oh my God, look at that salteña. And then you put salsita over.
So this is what we call arllajua. This is what, in Bolivia, many of the cities have different ways of having spices. In Cochabamba, we eat a lot of spicy, like in Mexico, Cochabamba. So we like spicy food. And then salteñas, we have super picantes, we have dulces, we have semi, mild, So, and then the correct way to eat it, you have to hold it from here, right? So you don't get messy. And then you have to cut it from here, and then you start eating it, and then you put the salsa in the middle, right? So when you're in school, you have a white uniform, so you always have to eat it like this, so you don't get messy.
So you bring that to the school
They
for lunch?
sell it in school.
They sell, oh my God.
Instead of lunch, yes.
Look at that, this is just really, really
It's very interesting, and we've been fortunate. My family's been here for 29 years. And then we've been on the Washingtonian magazines for the best salteñas around 5 years.
Oh my God, that's
So we
incredible.
are definitely, we are very known in Arlington.
So tell me about you. Do you like to cook?
I do.
Look at that.
Yeah, but I don't practice as much.
I know. Women become to be very independent, and we don't need to just time. We don't spend much time in the kitchen.
Yeah, plus, my grandmother was very strict about cooking in my house. She has 10 sons, 10 it's 10 brothers and sisters on my mother.
Oh my God.
And everybody had to know how to cook.
Wow.
Because she was busy cooking, and that's how she actually sent everybody to school, She had all these children, and she knew how to cook. And she used to sell food in the fairs, in the you know, in the nearest ones. So while she was gone, someone had to cook.
Yes.
And you know, you have all these little kids. So that's how I learned how to cook, because my mom would leave me like for the soup, you know, what to do first in a row, you know, in a row. So you do this first, you play a little, and then you just put it in there.
Nice.
So it was funny, and I was like 9 years old by the time I was cooking. And in Bolivia, we eat a lot.
In Latin American, we eat a lot.
Yes, you know, we have breakfast, mid-morning things. We have lunch. Our lunch has a soup and entree and dessert. Then mid-afternoon, we have tea that you have to bake empanadas. And then you have dinner. So all day long, every day. So in lunchtime, my mother is asking my father, what are we eating today? What would you like to eat? I'm like, no way. So I got tired of it. So people don't really know I know how to cook. Now they would know because of your show.
So, well, thank you very much for coming. It's show is I wanted to talk about the immigrant community, you know, and you are you came here at what age?
16 years old.
16. Oh, it had to be hard for you when you just came without English, or you know English?
I had no idea about English. I came on vacation. And then, then my my aunt at that time, the one who brought the first restaurant here, she said, you know, I don't want you home doing nothing. So she sent me to high school. And there I fell in love with the country. It was just amazing. But I didn't know English, and I learned in 6 months. What I used to do is I used to put Post-its everywhere, like, you know, salteña, spoon, just I didn't know anything. I would watch movies like a maniac in English and just pretend the same things they were doing. And I've learned very quickly, and I never left ever since.
What did you study?
I studied marketing. I graduated from Marshall High School here, and then my mother sent me back home because I didn't have green card at that point, and I couldn't get into any university here without it. But then, so I had a degree in marketing in my country, came back in 2000, and then I got into Virginia Tech for e-commerce and my master's. Did not finish because I got into real estate.
Real estate, so you've been doing real estate lately?
Yeah, that's what I do now, you know, for the past 10 years.
Well, thank you to take a little break come with me to Café Latino and cook something. So you will teach me how to do...
I'm going to teach you how to do silpancho.
Silpancho.
So silpancho
is another food. So tell me about silpancho. It's a very traditional food from
Cochabamba, per se. So silpancho is basically the comfort food. It's the easiest thing to make. And for moms, it's very easy. So
that's great. This is what I need, exactly. So this is lomo?
Lomo.
But in English, how to say this?
Lomo, I say fajita, I don't know.
Oh yeah, kind of thin meat.
It's just like the meat.
And tell me what to do.
So basically, before you do it in here, this has a dry bread that you didn't eat it through the week. And you just make a powder of it.
Nice.
You put salt and pepper and you beat it. You beat the steak. Okay, and then you have to fry it in a very hot oil. So be careful. Okay.
I'm sure it's enough.
Oh, here. It's okay. So basically, you know, they just fry the silpancho. And then now we have a version of chicken as well. Chicken as well. So the idea of this is that it gets a little crunchy.
How long do you think until it's really crunchy?
Yeah, you know, you're gonna start seeing like the edges start like picking up like a little like crust, and that's when it's ready. And then you serve this in a special dates, like your birthday. You know, like because you know when I growing up, we didn't have much money for beef, and beef is expensive everywhere. Until my grandmother bought a hotel. And then we used to kill cows, chickens, to do everything. Like I know how to do all of it.
So you used to go to I used to live in, my father used to have a ranch, so we used to go, it's time to cook, so you got to take the chicken
and kill it and right away.
And then put water
and take las plumas, the feathers.
Oh, you did like my mother. You know, let me tell you the truth. When I was little, I never eat any of the animals because I said, how you can eat the animal you play with? So
true.
It's hard for me.
We had rabbits, we had chickens, we had pork, we had cows, and then we had a big garden of onions, our own tomatoes. So my grandma had the touch of everything. And she used to sell this food at the hotel after she was selling food in the fairs.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So see how it's like boiling on the ice, the oil. So you just turn it around.
Turn it around.
Yes. And on this same oil, oh, be careful.
As you see, I'm very bad cooking.
It's okay. So in this same oil, when you already flip it, so you do your French fries. So these are already ready, but just to show you, you can
in the same
oil, same oil. So you do the fries here, and once you're done, then you do the eggs as well, because this dish comes with eggs also.
And then you do eggs. That's awesome.
So actually, the first thing that we should have done is the eggs, because then that's the one that gets dirty the less. And then you do the potatoes, because the oil is still not so dirty because of the bread. It gets a little bit.
Okay.
And then after you've done everything, then you do the beef.
Okay, so it's a process.
It's a process.
Okay, and then you.
So one of the most important things in this dish is our salad. Okay, it's like our version of pico de gallo.
Okay, so you have tomatoes and
onions, and they have to be diced very small, and then you mix it with vinegar. So what the vinegar does when you put it on top of it, it brings like the extra flavor to the beef. And now I use peach vinegar.
Oh, peach vinegar. But you have to like leave it overnight?
Maybe like 2 or 3 hours, not too long. So it's very vinegarish. If you leave it overnight, I'm gonna try that. Actually, it might be better.
Yeah, might be better. I just see. So I think we left this. So we continue talking a little about. Tell me about what is the name of this?
Silpancho. Silpancho.
Como S-I-L?
S-L-I-L, yeah, silpancho.
Silpancho.
Yes. So silpancho is basically, we don't know exactly where the pancho comes from, but then my grandmother used to say, pancho is someone who's lazy, because this is the easiest food to make compared to our other ones that we have to make so much more sauces.
Yes.
So it's like, eres un pancho, as one as well make a silpancho.
Oh, easy. Like a lazy. Oh
because you're making one thing. This is one of the few dishes that you can make so many things in one little pot.
But right? I see, so you fry the eggs. And what is that? There's rice?
Rice. So white rice, basically. And then you put your fries here.
Okay.
And it has a way to dish it, because everything has to make sense. And then you put your eggs. And when you're serving the eggs, basically, they have to be kind of watery. So all the yolk gets in the rice, right? And then I have one here that is already pre-cooked, and see here you can see the crust is very crunchy.
Yes.
And then you garnish it. So with the jalapenos and tomatoes and vinegar. Now in Santa Cruz they add to these sweet plantains. And it was actually my favorite. My aunt.
I love sweet plantains.
Yeah, so I used to add sweet plantains to this. And this is basically how you dish it.
But it's a lot of food for one person, huh?
I know, right? We can eat. Definitely, we can eat. And this is just dinner. And, the portions are big. We are known for big portions. So whenever you visit us, you have to be aware that this is half of a dish.
Half of the dish?
This is half of a steak of our portions at the restaurant.
Wow.
Yes. So that's basically what we do.
When you were little, you used to cook with your mom and your grandma too?
Yes.
What was your favorite thing to cook?
Ají de fideo.
Oh my God.
Yes. Ají de fideo is another like lazy dish. Well, it looks like a soup, but it's basically mixed. This is the only other dish that you put in a boil, and you put the pasta, the potatoes, the beef, everything together to boil all at once. And then you prepare your sauce, and one side you mix it, and then you off to play. Because we had to cook before playing.
Oh, you cannot, you
couldn't play. And then we play about cooking. We play.
So cooking is around everything around when you were little, you used to play cooking also.
Cooking, and we used to play the supermarket. We used to get all these leaves from, the river, because we come from a very small town. It's called Totora. And actually that was one of the very first towns that it was built in South America from Spain. It was the first one that had a piano.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, we have a very big festival, the piano festival. So we had the first newspaper from my country.
What is the name?
Totora.
Totora. Okay.
It's very, it's known everywhere.
Okay.
So, and then it was known for the rivers. So it was us, like we had to cook really fast, so then we can go play. And because we had the hotel, we had to peel pounds of green peas, peel potatoes.
So all the family work in the hotel?
Everybody. Yes. I was 5 years old, and my job was to give spoons to everybody because we had all these customers coming in for lunch. And my grandmother will cook in humongous, pots for hundreds of people. So some people, like I don't know how to cook for more than 10 people. It's different when you're cooking for the masses per se. Yeah, so cooking has been around my life the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you missing more about living here in the United States?
The meal time.
They get together,
the lunch time.
I know.
I just recently moved back to Bolivia to have my baby, so I have 2 girls, and I left everything, and I moved back in 2011, and I stayed there for 4 years, and all I did was eat and cook with my mom. Yes, and I miss that lunch time. The lunch break that we get to sit down, because you eat the lunch, you talk, and then you eat the fruits, and then you take a nap. And by 3
you really take a nap?
You really take a nap.
At what time?
Because you get lunch break at 12 noon, and you go back to work at 2:30, 3 sometimes in some offices. So they try to have people to get together for lunch. Of course, with technology, it's not as much. It's more of a luxury now. But back then, it was a must.
Yes.
You couldn't miss lunch. You can miss dinner.
You can go. Oh, lunch was most important.
The most important thing, yes. But you couldn't miss lunch. You had to. And then also, when it comes to lunch, it was like the last one to finish had to do the dishes, or the last one, or the last one to be misbehave will do the yahua, because this is made in a stone, and you bake it with another stone, mix it. You don't make this in machines in my country.
Oh,
it's handmade.
You said like a big rock that put it inside, like
but this is not a rock. Basically, so let's say this is like this, and this is another piece of rock, and you just go like this. And that's how you make the salsa. And then you had to use your hands to clean it up, so you're being punished to do the yahua.
But then you get spicy everywhere.
Of course, and then you touch your eyes, and then you're crying, and then you go to your mom. It's like, oh well, you should have thought about it. And then they put a big salt in your mouth because they think it's gonna help with the spice.
So what is the name of the salsa?
Yahua.
Yahua. It's spicy?
It's spicy. So it's a mix of onions, locoto, and tomatoes.
But do you use cilantro in that one?
No, this one has a little quilquiña.
Quilquiña, what is
Have
that?
you heard about quilquiña?
En mi vida.
So,
no, at all.
Quilquiña, we use it in 2 things. In a salad called soltero, and we use it in our yahua. It's this little leaf that doesn't grow here. We actually brought it from Bolivia. It's hard to make it grow, but it smells like ruda. You know what's ruda?
Ruda.
Yeah, a little bit like ruda.
But it's very strong.
Very strong.
Wow.
Very strong. And
so
that's what we use.
in Bolivia, they don't use cilantro a lot?
Not much. We use more perejil and quilquiña.
But when you eat that, if I'm in Mexico, say, I will use a tortilla. Do you use a lot of tortillas in Bolivia?
No, no tortillas at all. In fact, yes. When people ask me, do you have tortillas or you have green beans? We're like, no, we have a lot of steak and a lot of rice. Because most of our dishes has rice and steak. Now, this is nothing, all right? Some people, they add fideos, pasta to this one, and they just make humongous dishes. We mix everything. You know how here is like no carbs? For Bolivians, no carbs is a punishment.
Oh, absolutely. I'm thinking about my diet. Well, I just want to try to easily fast more than 2,000 calories.
Oh my gosh. Oh, don't even try the content. Because now we have one new thing that it just came up. It's called trancapecho.
Trancapecho?
Trancapecho is this dish on a bread. So think about like having a sub, like a Subway, and you ask for trancapecho. They will put a layer of rice, potatoes, this beef, those eggs, and that salad.
And that's how you...
Yes, like this. That's what they call trancapecho, because it's so dry. It might trancar tu pecho.
Look at that.
Yes.
So that is just a really interesting things that I love. What is so special in Bolivia? Is any touristic parts that the people go there?
Oh, we have the biggest flat in the world. It's called El Salar de Uyuni. It's a salt flat.
What is that?
Es una ciudad de sal, like a salt city, like a desert.
Everything
of
is salt.
Everything is salt.
Oh, wow.
We even have hotels made of salt. Like if you lick the walls, you will have it. And it's very popular recently because the Dakar competition, which is, you know, the competition around South America, that everybody drives around in quadra tracks, in motos, and motorcycles. So it's a lardo uni. It's very, very popular. And it's also, it's very known for the quinoa. That's where the quinoa comes from. The quinoa. Now this dish, we have it sometimes with quinoa. It's healthier.
In the rice?
It's instead of the rice.
Oh, instead of the rice.
Delicious.
So you don't combine the rice with the quinoa?
Not anymore, not as much as before. And then we also have Oruro. El Carnaval de Oruro is so big. It's been #1 in the world for the past 3 years. It's like a party for a month. During that month, you can do anything else but party.
Oh my God.
So you have to visit it.
So it's been really fun having you today. I love to. The last time we met, because we met in Café Latino in the radio. So this is why I said, you have to bring something. I know it's not your job to cook, but you're still helping out to the uncle?
Restaurant? Yes.
Guillermo?
Johnny.
Johnny? Okay.
My uncle Johnny.
Uncle
Johnny is my mom's brother. And now, you know, we basically taking it to the next level. I'm in charge of the PR and advertising and just kind of show our cuisine in a different level, because we've been here so long.
Absolutely.
And not many people know. Look, see, it's the first time you have Bolivian food. And
sorry, what's the name of that?
Salteñas.
Salteñas, yeah, look at that, salteñas.
So you're going to love them.
You know, it's interesting because I'm planning to invite people from around the world, you know, so maybe next time that you recommend something. And it's just been amazing to have here and in this delicious food that you told me. Really, this is easy. This is really easy. Maybe I can learn. It's easy to learn this.
Yes. And you know one more thing? If you don't have the breaded beef and you just have the steak, that's called lomo.
Colomo, different name.
Different, lomo montado.
Lomo montado.
So that's what it is, you know. And then if you add curry sauce to this dish without the fries, it's called falso conejo.
Falso conejo, like a false
like
rabbit?
A false rabbit. And the reason it's false because of the breaded steak. Because when you're making a rabbit, you're supposed to make like a layer of the bread, so it's not so sticky.
Okay.
You know, so that's why we call it falso conejo.
You know, I like rabbit. I like rabbits per se.
Okay, to eat them?
I used to have a rabbit as a pet, but then when you eat it in the grill, it's just amazing.
Well, you're welcome to come and see us.
Yeah, but thank you very much, Mimi, to be here, Mimi Salazar.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to learn more about the food, about the Bolivian. I'm looking forward to have you in another time.
Of course, we have plenty of dishes.
And I'm looking forward to talk to you about the real estate another time, to cook with you and your partners.
Yes.
And, well, thank you very much to be here today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you very much to all of you that are watching today us here in Café Latino, Cooking with Friends. And I'm looking forward to invite more people every week, the next time that we do another episode, and teach you a little something. Easy place to cook for us that we are so busy, but for you, all the recipes will be in our Facebook page, Café Latino Radio and TV, and we're looking forward to the next time. I think it means next time something sweet, so we'll see what we can do next time. Thank you very much to all of you, and see you in Café Latino TV next time.
Hey you, want to be on TV? Why not make a show of your own? Welcome to Fairfax Public Access. FPA is a nonprofit organization that provides a platform for people to share their views and ideas through television and radio. Whether your goal is to be on camera or behind it, you'll learn all the fundamentals of broadcast production through extensive hands-on training. The station offers 3 television studios and 2 radio studios, in addition to editing suites and more. So instead of watching TV, create your own show. Visit www.fcac.org and get started today.